prophecy of the woman of Revelation 12. The sun, the moon, the stars, in the dream of Joseph and of the woman of Revelation chapter 12, all has a prophetic significance. But how do you understand what that significance is? In looking to the interpretation itself in the scripture, we find that Joseph's dream shows you what the sun, the moon, and the stars are in the revelation of the woman in Revelation 12. First, looking to Genesis chapter 37, verse 9 and 10, it says, "And he dreamed yet another dream, and told it his brethren, and said, Behold, I have dreamed a dream more, and behold, the sun and the moon and the 11 stars made obeisance to me. And he told it to his father and his brethren, and his father rebuked him and said unto him, What is this dream that thou hast dreamed? Shall I and thy mother and thy brethren indeed come to bow down ourselves to thee to the earth?" We see that the 11 stars in Joseph's dream are Joseph's 11 brothers, which are the 12 tribes' brothers. Joseph being the 12th son, being the 12th star. We see in Revelation chapter 12, verse 1, the prophecy reveals a prophecy that is in the likeness of Joseph's dream. "And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun and with the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars." So we know that the woman is crowned with a crown of 12 stars. Those 12 stars being the 12 sons of Israel, the 12 tribes. Reuben, Benjamin, Simeon, Judah, Asher, Gad, Issachar, Zebulun, Naphtali, Joseph, Dan, and Manasseh. And it was the 12 sons of Israel where Christ had came out of. Revelation chapter 12, verse 5. "And she brought forth a man-child who was to rule all nations with a rod of iron, and her child was caught up unto God and to his throne." So we see here that it is Christ that came out of this woman to rule the nations. And where did Christ come out of? Christ came out of the biblical Israel with the 12 tribes. Israel is the 12 tribes who gave birth to the Messiah, which is Christ, the man-child. So we know this is Christ because Christ says he goes to his throne of glory. And in the prophecy, it talks of Revelation chapter 12, verse 5, it talks about the man-child being caught up to the throne. Matthew chapter 19, verse 28 says, "And Jesus said unto them, Verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye also shall sit upon the 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel." So we see here clearly that Christ is talking about going up into his throne, and that the apostles will sit on 12 thrones, judging the tribes of Israel, right? So we see here clearly that in the prophecy of Revelation chapter 12, verse 5, where Christ is going up into his throne, he's referring to his throne of glory that he will go to. And the Revelation on his return talks about him ruling with a rod of iron. So we know that in the prophecy of Revelation chapter 12, verse 5, where it talks about ruling over the nations, this man-child, in the Revelation 19, it talks about him coming to rule over the nations with a rod of iron. So it's the same person. It's the same Christ. Revelation chapter 19, verse 15 says, "And out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, that with it he should smite the nations, and he shall rule them with the rod of iron, and he treadeth the winepress of the fierceness and wrath of Almighty God." And further in Revelation chapter 3, verse 21, it says, "To him that overcometh will I grant to sit with me in my throne, even as I have also overcame and sat down with my Father in his throne." And we know that the promise of the kingdom is to have the throne of Christ ruling over the nations. And his rule and his authority is shared with his people in his kingdom. And this is a promise given in the prophecy. In the book of Revelation chapter 2, verse 26 and 27, it says, "And he that overcometh and keep my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron. As the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I received of my Father." And this is fulfillment of the prophecy of Daniel, when the kingdom is handed over to the saints of the Most High. In Daniel chapter 7, verse 22, it says, "Until the Ancient of Days came, and the judgment was given to the saints of the Most High, and the time came that the saints possessed the kingdom." Now going further into the prophecy of the woman, in Revelation chapter 12, verse 1, and there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun. Now looking to this woman clothed with the sun. The woman being clothed with the sun is clothed with Christ. Yes, Christ is the Son of righteousness. In John chapter 8, verse 12, it says, Then Jesus spake again unto them, saying, I am the light of the world. He that followeth me shall not walk in darkness, but shall have the light of life. So Christ is the light of life, right? And Christ is the Son of righteousness. And therefore, this woman is clothed with Christ. And looking to what is spoken about Christ in Matthew chapter 17, verse 2, it says, And was transfigured before them, his face did shine as the sun, and his raiment as white as the light. So who is this that his face shines as the sun? It is Christ. It is Christ who is the Son of righteousness. And this is the fulfillment of the prophecy in Malachi chapter 4, verse 2. It says, But unto you that fear my name shall the Son of righteousness arise with healing in his wings, and ye shall go forth and grow up as calves of the stall. This woman has the 12 tribes of Israel. She's clothed with the sun, with Christ, clothed with Christ in his righteousness, which shines as bright as the sun. And she has a moon under her feet. So this woman has 12 stars on her crown, which are the 12 sons of Israel, which gave birth to the Son of God, Christ the Messiah, the man-child. She's clothed with the sun, which is the Son of righteousness, which is Christ. And she has a moon under her feet. So what do the spiritual annotations mean about the day and the night? Well, the woman is clothed with the sun, which is to rule by day. The sun rules by day, and this is what is written in the book of Genesis. Genesis chapter 1, verse 5 says, And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night, and the evening and the morning were the first day. So we know that Christ is the light, which is of the day. And those in darkness are of the night, which is the evil. And there are two types of light. The greater light to rule over the day, and the lesser light to rule over the night and the darkness. And he said that we are the children of the day, not the children of the night. In 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 5, it says, Ye are all the children of light, and the children of the day. We are not of the night, nor of darkness. So who represents the night? It is the moon that represents the night, and the children of darkness. Who are the children of darkness but those in the night? And who is it that rules over the night? It is the moon. And who is represented as the moon in the end times? It is Islam and her children, those who follow the daughter of Babylon, the daughter of the mystery of the end. Revelation chapter 12, verse 1 says, And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun of the day, with Christ, the light of the world, and the moon under her feet. So, who is the moon under the feet of the church? It is those of the darkness under the feet, overcoming Islam. Islam emerged in Arabia, where they traveled along the desert trade routes largely by the night. And some of the children of the night were the same children of the night who were traders, who were night merchants who traded Joseph into slavery into Egypt. And it's interesting that the same people who were the founders of Islam were night traders in Arabia. And these are the same type caravans at night that traveled by night. And so they exalt the moon by night. And they are children of the night as well. Interesting, in the Guardian, it talks about some of Islamic emergence in Arabia. It says here that Islam emerged in Arabia, where travel along the desert trade routes was largely by night. The navigation depended upon the position of the moon and the stars, and the moon thus represents the guidance of God and the path through life for Islam. So there's a huge significance to what Muslims believe about the moon and the relevance to the moon for Islam, as well as the fact that the beginning of the Ramadan, their highest holy day of Islam, begins upon the lunar calendar, their high calendar of the moon, which is a Babylonian origin as well. But without going into this, Islam is a huge promoter of iconography of the moon, and you'll see this on top of their mosques and everything else like that. So when we look to the woman of Revelation chapter 12, she has the moon under her feet. And it's for good purpose, because the children of the darkness are under our feet. The power of Satan is under our feet. And Islam is of the dark. They are the children of the darkness. They are the children of the night. They are the children of the moon. And therefore, in the prophetic significance of the end times, we see that the woman has a crown with the 12 stars, which are the 12 sons of Israel. She gives birth to the Messiah, the man-child who goes up to the throne. The woman has the promise of that throne to her, given to her by that man-child. And this clothing that she wears is the sun. It's clothed with the sun, which is the sun of righteousness. The brightness and the brilliance of Christ we're clothed with Christ. And we also see that the moon is under her feet. And we know that Christ says that we will tread upon serpents and scorpions, and therefore that we tread upon the wicked. And the wicked are under our feet. And so therefore, when you see this prophecy, it should become very clear that it is very tied to what is occurring with Islam, and Islam being the moon on the revelation of the woman in Revelation chapter 12. And it says here, "And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun, and with the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars." So we know who this woman is. And this woman is the restored Israel of God, the church of both Jew and Gentile gathered together as one, the woman. And there is nobody else on the planet that has the 12 sons as the 12 stars. It is the Israel of God. There is no doubt about this. It's not Mary. It's not some other figurative thing of a woman. It's not some celestial woman in the sky. It's literally talking about the one who brought forth and birthed the Messiah out of the 12. There was no 12 apostles at the time of Christ's birth. The apostles came later. So we know that the 12 stars are something a crown of a woman has. Did Mary wear a crown of 12 stars of 12 apostles? No. Did Mary wear a crown of the 12 tribes of Israel? No. It is Israel who has the 12 stars of the 12 sons. And it is the Israel of God who birthed Christ. And then we end up seeing further when we look to this, that in Revelation chapter 12, verse 17, in Revelation chapter 12, verse 17, that the dragon was wroth with the woman and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments of God and have the testimony of Jesus Christ. So who is this who keep the commandments of God and have the testimony of Jesus Christ? Yes, it's the church. It is the church who has the testimony of Jesus Christ, being the Son of God and dying and resurrecting from the grave. And who keeps the commandment of God? It's the church. It's the true remnant of God, the true Israel of God, the people who keep the commandments, that keep the law and have the faith of Jesus Christ. Just as it says in the book of Revelation chapter 14, where the patience and the faith of the saints, who keep the commandments of God and have the faith of Jesus. And all of this is relevant because the woman of Revelation chapter 12 has the moon under her feet. And that means we overcome Islam in the end. That we trample underfoot Islam. And this is what occurs on Christ's return. Christ returns and the battle of Armageddon occurs where Islam tries to rise up and fight against Christ. And we overcome. We are the ones who trample underfoot their war against Christ. And this is all prophetic significance. This is the woman of Revelation chapter 12, who's crowned with the 12 stars, who has clothed with the righteousness of Christ, who's the Son of God and the Son of righteousness. And we have the moon under our feet because we overcome and trample underfoot Islam through the end. And this is the woman of Revelation chapter 12.